about how to be a happier wife in marriage. In the world that we live in today, there are so many wives who are feeling tired, burnt out, sad, unhappy, and they're wondering, is this what marriage is all about? I thought marriage was like, lots of fun, and fantasy and pleasure and what have you, but I want you to know that you can be happy in marriage. And if you're already happy in marriage, you can be happier in marriage. So stay tuned as I bring to you five ways, to be happier as a wife in marriage. How to be a happier wife in marriage, right? So I'll just get right onto it. This is purpose driven marriage. I am blessing Rekindle. Number one, focus on what is going right. Yes, this is very important. Why did I say this? A lot of times it's so easy to focus on things that are not going right in our marriage, in our partner, in our husbands. Like what our husband is not doing right, he's not doing this right, he's not doing that right, he's behaving like this, he's behaving like that, and we then magnify and think, we put it right and think about it and magnify all of those things that are not going right and not going well, or for example, it might not even be about our husband, it could be about the situation of our lives, our marriage, at the point. Because I remember when I was going through stuff in my marriage, early years of my marriage, where I was struggling to be able to practice as a doctor here in New Zealand. It was not going right, and to be honest, that was all I was focused on. And I felt like nothing was going right in my life at that time, even though I'll tell you what, yes, I mean, I was struggling in that area. I failed one of the exams, but I had two kids, two wonderful boys. They were healthy babies and they were doing very well. I still had my husband, I still had my marriage, I still had my life, I had my parents, I had, I was living in this beautiful home that we're renting at the time. I was in New Zealand, and there's so many other things that were going well for me, in my life at the time. But I just could not appreciate them, and the more I focused on what was not going right for me, the more I felt like nothing in my life was going right, so I became worse in myself, in my mood, that I almost got into depression at that time. But and that's what happens with us in marriage. And if care is not taken, we take out all of those things. We use the same negative lens to view our husbands, to view our children, to view everything else, because the lens through which we are seeing things, it's already sort of like an altered lens. It's a negative lens. So I want to encourage you as a wife, one thing that you can do differently is to focus on what is going right. So what are the things that are happening, the positive things in my life? What are the positive things in my marriage? What are the positive things that my husband is doing right? Okay, for example, you can say, oh, he's helping with the with things at home. He takes the children to school, he clears the trash, he whatever it is, and compliment him for it. Focus on what is going right. These things have a way of making you feel better. um it makes you realize that life is not, your marriage or whatever is going wrong is not all there is to your life. There are other things happening that are positive in your life too. Sometimes also when you're feeling down, maybe because something went wrong with your marriage, or you're not happy with what your husband is doing, another thing that can help is remember why you chose this man. What made you fall in love with him. For me, I fell in love with his transparency, him being just down to earth, him just being himself, him just being ambitious, forward, future focused, him just loving me for me, and when I remember those things, I realized, okay, yeah, I still have this man, I still have these qualities in him, despite his weaknesses. And there is no man without weakness. So I want you to choose to focus on what is going right. Focus on the positives rather than complaining or criticizing your husband all the time. Pay attention to what he's doing well and appreciate him, compliment him, and even you will see that those compliments, as they build up, he will become a better person. He will start becoming a better version of himself, because you're speaking positivity, you're speaking life to him, and you will see life also in him, what, and the life that you see will rub off on you also. And it's so if you want to see positive things, if you want to be happy in your marriage, try and sow things that would bring forth happiness. Yeah, it will make a difference. So choose to focus on what is going right. Choose to focus on the positive things going on in your husband's life, and confess positive things about him to him. So that's number one. Number two is focus on building friendship and fun. Yes. um a lot of times marriage can quickly become boring, it can quickly become so dry, and you wonder, how did our marriage become so dry? What has sucked out the joy, the fun, the friendship, the laughter in this marriage? Life has happened, and life happens all the time. But we have to choose, as women, we have to choose to be intentional about bringing or restoring the fun, restoring the friendship in our marriage. So you can take that initiative and be spontaneous about it. For example, choose to take your husband, babe, we are going out today, I'm taking you out today. It doesn't have to be the only one, taking you out all the time. Babe, we're going for breakfast, or we're going for lunch, or we're going for dinner, so let's let that initiative come from you. And when you do, use the opportunity to appreciate him too there, not to take him out and then it's all you do is just complain, 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 complain. No, of course there are times that you can go out like that and communicate. Maybe some things are going on at home, and you just want to open up your heart and have sort of like a conversation with him outside of the home environment. Sometimes that is really good. But the focus here is building intimacy, building that bond, building that friendship, restoring the spark in your marriage. Ultimately you'll feel happier in that marriage. So yeah, sometimes just being spontaneous can make a big difference. For example, spontaneous in touching, in hugging him, in saying beautiful things to him, spontaneous in just being amazing. For example, sometimes my husband is in his office at home, and I just go ahead, sit on his lap, and just play with him and stuff like that, and that short time we bond, we spend a few minutes bonding, gisting, laughing. And other things that you could possibly do is, if you're so busy that and is getting you both of you sort of like emotionally distanced, where you're feeling unhappy in that marriage as a result of that, you can be intentional about scheduling times that both of you are going to be together. Yes. And we do that also. If you've watched some of our videos, you'd have noticed, I mean, we've said a few times how we have things in our calendar, time, we call it what do we call it, date night. Call it date night, twice a week, where we spend time together and just have fun, play, watch movies together, watch reality TV shows, or just talk, sometimes pray together during that period. So whatever it is that you can do together, it is important. Try as much as possible to ensure that you're doing things together will foster your friendship, foster bond, foster fun in your marriage. And I mean, both of you are going to be there for life, so please continue to foster this. So that's number two. Number three, this is for your own mental health. Practice forgiveness. Wives, practice forgiveness. And I mean, sometimes our husbands offend us, no cap, but it's important that you choose to, you decide by yourself that I'm going to let go. I'm not going to allow unforgiveness reside in my heart. I'm not going to allow bitterness and resentment, build a tree in my life, because when unforgiveness starts, it will lead to bitterness, it will lead to resentment, and there cannot be peace in that marriage. You cannot be happy in that marriage. Even you will be feeling really down, really sad. You cannot be productive. And it's not that what the person has done it's okay. No, but you have to ensure that by the help of the Holy Spirit, or with the help of the Holy Spirit, you are able to let go of this hurt, this pain, so that you can forge ahead, so that you release him. You don't allow unforgiveness to have a hold on you. I've done videos about unforgiveness on my YouTube channel, The Confident Woman, and the repercussions and all of those things. So feel free to go and watch it there. But it's important that you um just let go. Unforgiveness is like cancer. It kills, it destroys. It is not good for you as a human being, you know. And if you're not careful, it could lead to depression, it could lead to anxiety, it could lead to so many things. So you cannot afford to live life with unforgiveness. It's a destroyer of not just your marriage, but of you. And you don't want to destroy yourself. So it's important that you let go of whatever hurts, whatever pain, whatever bitterness, so that you can be a happy person, so that you can have a stable mental health. And I know that this can be very tough, so I've shared lots of tips about that on my YouTube channel about forgiveness. So please practice forgiveness. It releases you. So that's number 3. Number 4 is set shared goals and shared projects. So have things that both of you do together in terms of goals, in terms of visions, in terms of dreams, for you and himself and him also. What do I mean by that? For example, it could be like, you know what, babe, let's have a goal of, you know, that we're going to travel for Christmas together this year, and both of you start working together on the trip. You know, you just start deciding, oh, so where should we go? How should we go? Are we driving? Are we flying? You know, what's our budget going to be? Doing things together has a way of bringing you both together, getting you guys talking, getting you guys working as a team. So there's this project, and then you're working together to ensure the success. You're already fantasizing about the trip, you're discussing, you are planning, you are preparing, you are packing, you are it fosters it fosters bond, it helps the marriage, it helps the relationship, and it makes you happy. And then when you're on the trip also, you are doing fun things together. You know, it brings back the spark, it brings back the joy, you know. It's beautiful, especially when you are doing this with the love of your life, right? So find things that both of you can do together. For example, my husband and I do a few things together, like this you know, YouTube channel. We're doing it together, we do spin together, we're doing so many things together. And because we are into each other's lives, right, we always have things to talk about, things to discuss, things to share. You know, again, we come here every week. If you watch our live programs, come here every week to talk about different topics and stuff. So even if we have misunderstandings, we know that we have to resolve our misunderstandings or whatever that we have, because we have things that we're doing together. We cannot allow one disagreement to now cause problems. So it's easier to resolve conflicts sharp right, because we're doing things together. So find things that both of you can do together and work together as a team. So projects, visions, work together with your purpose, be into each other's lives, right? That ultimately helps the marriage to be healthy, and also breeds happiness for you as a woman, breeds fulfillment also for you as a woman. So yeah, so that's number 4. Number 5, last but not the least, is nurture yourself. That's one way that I've found personally to be very happy in marriage. Nurture yourself. You are a woman. I mean, you're a wife, but you're not just a wife, you're also a woman. You are an individual, you're a human being. You are a whole entity, right? Being a wife is just one aspect of your life, and you should not now lose yourself just because you're a wife, you know, and then the rest of your life is now on standstill. No, it should not be. So that is not healthy for any wife, right? So it's important that you nurture yourself. Okay, what are your dreams? What are your aspirations? What are your hobbies? What are you passionate about? What is your purpose? All of those things. What's your passion? All of those things, it's important that you nurture. They should also flourish, you know. So if you're into your career, for example, don't put your career on hold because of marriage, right? Make sure that you are doing things that also bring you joy. Do you have friends? Who are people that you connect with? Because don't pause your life. Your life should not be on standstill because of marriage. Please, that is not healthy for your own mental health. No, do not put your life on hold because you are married to a man. No matter what the man is doing for you in terms of providing for you and all of that, there is still, you still have a life, right? So I need to maximize all the potentials that God has bestowed upon you, onto you. You know what, maximize them. So discover yourself, do things for yourself, take yourself out on a date by yourself, because you deserve it, right? Do some things for you. Create time, create things on your calendar schedule that you just want to enjoy. I just want to watch a movie by myself. I just want to take myself out for manicure, for pedicure. I'm just going to go window shopping. I just want to go and buy ice cream. One day I went shopping and I bought ice cream for myself, but I just enjoyed it, and I finished the whole bowl of ice cream, over a few days, because I just want to spoil myself. I won't do that every day, but I just felt like, what, I deserve ice cream. Let me enjoy myself. Yes, and it's very important. Nurture yourself, nurture your dreams, nurture things that bring you joy. Being a wife or a mother should not suck life out of you, and prioritize it. Let your husband know this time is me time, and it's a protected me time. And that's fine because you don't want to lose yourself, you don't want to lose your mental health in marriage. I want to give you like a bonus, how to be a happier wife in marriage. The bonus I'm going to give you is get help. Okay, if you're struggling, if you're feeling really low, really down, unhappy, and you, even all of the things I'm saying is like, I don't have the motivation to do this thing, you know it could be tending towards depression. And so it's important that you get help. So you could see a doctor, your doctor, very quickly, and let the doctor know how you're feeling. You could see a marriage counselor, a marriage coach, or a therapist, or someone to just speak to get some help, because sometimes you may not even know why you're feeling the way you're feeling, but speaking to somebody about it, especially a professional, can go a long way in helping to sort out what is happening to you, in helping to resolve things, in helping to shed more light, in helping to give you strength, and ultimately talk to God about it. Talk to God about what you're going through. Bible says the joy of the Lord is our strength. God, the Holy Spirit gives us that strength. And if things are going rough in your marriage, speak to God about it. Don't keep it to yourself. God has a way of making things beautiful. And don't forget what I said, communicate also with your husband. We respect, of course, we respect, not nagging or yelling, or, oh, you never hear. No, no, no. We don't say those kind of things in marriage, in a kingdom marriage. Okay. All right. So I hope this has been very helpful. And I hope that you can, you've picked up a few things that will help you be a happier wife in your marriage, help you live more confidently, in your marriage, and ultimately in different aspects of your life. All right. Thank you so much for watching. This is Purpose Driven Marriage, and we'll see you again another time. God bless you, and bye for now.